Hey guys, my name is Sylvia. I'm sitting on this 2024 BMW GS F900. I got to test ride this bike in all sorts of conditions. I got to ride it on the track, I got to ride it in the street, in the dirt, and a little bit off-roading on some truck trails. And I have a lot to talk about. One of the things that I definitely liked about this bike was it sounds pretty good. I like the twin noise, which is great. The heated hand grips, that's one of my favorites. Cruise control, I'm a sucker for that. I love cruise control. Turn off traction control button that BMW likes to put on their motorcycles. Still in love with that button. That's definitely one of my favorite parts about this bike. So having the electronics and the different type of riding modes was really nice. And you can even have like a personal setting that you can change as well. If you wanted to do it really quick, for example, riding on the street and then going to a truck trail road, you can go from road mode to Enduro Pro. The riding modes, that is easily accessible with the right hand grip button. Keep your hand on the throttle and just move your thumb over to the mode button. It's super, super simple. So that's really cool. The rear tire is a 17-inch wheel and the front is a 21-inch wheel. It comes with a 50-50 half road, half dirt tire, which works great in the dirt. Didn't really have any complaints about loss of traction, felt good. And on the road, you really can't feel too much of a wobbling or anything like that. I did get to test this bike on the track and I got it up to about 125 miles per hour and it was super stable then. The brakes felt great on the track when I was accelerating onto the straight and then obviously braking before the corner. They really stopped this bike fast considering the 50-50 tires, which was super surprising to me. On the track, the tires actually did a lot better than I thought they would. I didn't really feel them slipping or sliding at all, and I was cooking. I rode with SoCal Supermoto, and I rode with all the students, and the only person that was slightly faster than me was Brian. The dirt sections, tires did great. Like I said, I'd upgrade the suspension, but I would also personally, I would get better tires just because I'm a wimp in the dirt and I need all the traction I can get to like benefit from my lack of skill. So at high speeds, it feels good. At low speed, I've ridden different adventure bikes and this one felt uh, pretty easy to manipulate at low speed. The F800, and that one definitely felt a lot heavier and harder to manipulate through slow speed stuff in the dirt. This bike, it seemed like the weight was a little bit in a different spot. It's funny too because technically this bike is a little bit heavier than the F800, but it didn't feel that way. Like it felt lighter and it felt easier to ride, so that was pretty cool. I did test this vigorously at Moto Ventures and I got to go over those logs and concrete and the stairs. I also rode it through the sand and Sylvia didn't like the sand. She struggled a lot through it, but it did it. And I watched Andre ride the F800 perfectly fine through the sand with 50-50 tires. So really the issue is me. I rode it through single track and it was really easy to maneuver. Luckily, it's kind of more of a mid-size adventure bike. So it wasn't too difficult to do that. I did ride it on an MX track. Terrifying, very heavy. Would not suggest it unless you're like super pro, but it's capable. It will do it. I was just scared. It did not do so great with suspension wise, and it's probably because this bike comes with 43 millimeter Showa inverted forks, and I definitely felt like it was limiting me with some of the more extreme things. It did the log crossing and going up those wooden stairs. It did it. It just wasn't very happy about it. I also jumped it and that wasn't too soft of a landing. So I'd want to upgrade the suspension or possibly even get the other GS F900. I think it's the trophy package, comes with all that stuff. I don't really have any complaints about this bike. However, there was just one kind of thing that irked me a little bit. Back here on the seat, these little accents that say like red BMW Motorrad, the rubber pieces kind of come up from sun wear, sun damage. That's really my only complaint. Overall, it's a pretty good bike. Another thing that I might mention is if you tend to drop this on the right hand side, the rear brake pedal tends to bend like butter, but sometimes that can be a good thing because if you do drop it, it will bend back really easily. So there's that. Um, the bike is priced at $16,215 MSRP with everything I talked about, the suspension, the heated hand grips, all those creature com- all those creature comforts that this bike has to offer. BMW always makes good quality bikes. That's why it's priced the way it is. So I talked about this magical button that turns off the electronics, and there's a reason for it. Sylvia likes to wheelie, and she did wheelie the heck. Sorry, and she did really the piss out of this bike. It was awesome. You'd press that button, second gear, pop that clutch, 12 o'clock, super easy. And because it's a twin, it feels really smooth. It doesn't come up too fast. I really do love that button. That's like my favorite thing because turning off the electronics through the menu settings is kind of annoying and it takes a long time. So the fact that they have that button on the left hand grip is really, really nice. I also love that BMW has hazard buttons on all their bikes. Thank you, BMW. You're awesome. And the passing feature where you can gently use your pointer finger to flash the brights so you can split kind of a little more safely. I really like that feature. That's nice. Overall, really enjoyed this bike. I hope I get to ride another one, and I hope you guys get to test it. Maybe buy one, and I hope you enjoy it too because it's really capable. It does a bunch of stuff. So I had a good time riding it, and yeah, that's it. Let me see if I can do that one more time.